This is Tote 42 from Phillipson Ford. Hadn't done a video for a while. I hadn't actually been working on this. I took some time last week to go look at a collection that is for sale in Mississippi, and I've got a couple pictures of that. It's a pretty extensive collection. It would be the biggest one I purchased to date. About 4 times the size of this Phillipson Ford lot, so it's quite a bit. It would be pretty much a full-time job for maybe 3 months to deal with it all. Not sure if I'm going to do it. I've still got a lot of stuff here which I'm trying to thin out, and that would complicate my life. I'm trying not to let it pile up too much. But on the other hand, you know, you have to kind of take it when you see it. And this is a really good opportunity. There's a car that I really want for my personal collection in there, and you know, some other stuff that I think would sell real easily. But more on that later if it develops. I'm just going to get right into the Tote here. Looks like a pretty good one. It's got some yeah, there's some stuff here. These are not sellable. Gaskets replaced by, that's for a V8, probably a 302. Those will get me nothing. That will get me nothing. In fact, I'm just going to throw these right in the garbage. Looks like a bunch of newer parts in here. These I'm going to throw these in a lot with a bunch of other stuff. They're even if they're in a box brand new, they don't sell. So this looks like an exhaust. Is it not sure what that is. 1975 Torino is what the part number decodes to. Might be something emissions related. I'm not sure off the top of my head. This is a one stuck grill. It's a grill for something. I don't see the part number on here. Oh, D8RZ. So that's for not sure what that is off the top of my head. Ventilator air duct connector. I've had a few of these. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's no good. So, I've had a few of these in the past that are slightly different, but this is it's inside the dash connector for ductwork for air conditioning or vents. But unfortunately, that one is supposed to be rubber, but it's all hard and crunchy. So that one goes in the garbage. Okay, I've had some of these. Clip and tether. Yeah, I've got some of these for sale. I think I sold a bunch of them, so I'll just throw these in. I will actually throw those in. I'll look them up. I think they're the same ones. I'll look them up. Throw them in with the rest of them. Well, I said we had newer parts, but now I'm starting to see some old Fomico labels here. This sort of thing, as I've run into in the past, gasket. What is that? Oh, that's a carburetor gasket plate for a 2-barrel. Probably not worth anything. Separately, clutch spline plate, transmission parts, oil pump gasket. I'll put those in as a lot. Here is a D1FZ gasket. So this is pretty old. Oh, okay, exhaust gasket. I don't know if those are worth anything or not. I'll look them up. They're generally not that hard to find. Okay, this is gasket piece. That'll go in a lot. Yeah, gasket material. It's another one of those gaskets. I don't really think I need to even look any of this stuff up. It's just cooling system protector pellet. Yes, it's turns into gooey substance that plugs up your cooling system if you use it too many times. Diaphragm, valve assembly. Okay, those are more. I do put up like a tune-up parts, electrical parts, sort of. There's a gasket. I'm just gonna throw that away. Tune-up parts, gasket sort of thing, lot. Which I'll put those up. Oh, what's this one? That's probably for a 2-barrel. So, okay, it's a bunch of 2-barrel gaskets, oil seal kit. Those will all go. Yeah, a whole bunch of that stuff in here. Oh, yeah, it goes all the way down to the bottom, I think. So. Sure, bed liner installation kit, gaskets, carb gaskets, front pump gaskets. A lot of this stuff is old. This 50s. These are 50s B1AZ 1951. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, it's a cork gasket. Probably not even any good anymore, although it is sealed in plastic. Carb gaskets. Goes all the way down to the bottom. Garbage, oil seal. These. Yeah, the stuff that's not in a package is separate. Snap retainer. I'm gonna grab a box for that stuff. Boxes. Where are the boxes? Here we go. Which reminds me, I am getting low on postal service boxes. I use a lot of the flat rate boxes, so the large and the medium flat rates mostly. Because what I'll do with heavy stuff is I'll fill a box with it, and then it's $20 shipping. Doesn't matter how heavy it is. That stuff's all gonna go in one. This is gonna go in the garbage. I'm trying, when I empty one of these and list stuff, to find a place for everything, because the problem is stuff starts to pile up and sit around, and that's a problem, especially when you move as much stuff as I do. And so I'm trying to make sure I keep doing that. 75 valve solenoid assembly. That'll be worth looking up for sure. That's a mid-70s pickup. Yeah, the stuff tends to pile up, and it's like, yeah, I'll get around to it or whatever. I mean, I spent about 20 minutes trying to identify a starter yesterday. It had been sitting around a while. I'm like, it's a starter. It's probably worth $45 if I can figure out what it is. It had no part number stamps or anything on it, and I was trying to kind of match it up with similar ones, that I could find pictures of, and I just couldn't find an exact match, so I ended up throwing it away, because it's like, how much time are you going to spend, C3OZ, that's interesting. Looks like a vent duct for a 63 Fairlane, I guess. So I'm trying to, when I have stuff coming out of here, if I have anything left over, I'm trying to figure out a place for it. So if I pick it up, I don't want to put it down again until I've figured out where it's supposed to go, and then I can put it there, list it or throw it away or what have you. Because it does get kind of, okay, here's some transmission parts. Throw those in with the lot. There's a lot of stuff in here. It's just it's kind of turning out to be a bust from an individual parts, standpoint. Here's one of these. It's a piece of a. Is it missing? It's missing half of it. Yeah, it's missing the top part. So is this and these? I'm not even gonna bother looking them up because they're incomplete. They probably need a rebuild, and it's really not even worth it. I mean, you can for $10 you can get one that works perfectly. So there's no reason to even mess with those. I think this is more of those. Oh, that's a slightly different size. There's more gaskets. More gaskets. I'm just gonna throw those in that big lot. Some more of that. Another one of those. Yep. Lyton needle and seat carburetor parts. Spring. Yeah, this stuff, if I put enough stuff in there, one valves, that's probably it's 80s. I'll look that up. That may or may not be worth something. Yeah, that one's frozen solid. It's idler arm, but it is frozen solid. So, yeah, it's probably. I could get some. Oh, it's been messed with. Yeah, it's had something clamped on it. I'm just gonna throw that away. It's not. That's what I mean. I'm not gonna say, well, maybe hem and haw, just make a decision and chunk it. That's a turn signal switch, perhaps. Looks dirty, like it's been installed, so there's a possibility that this is bad. Could be the one they took off and they put it back in the box for some reason. Don't know. Sometimes that happens. Clutch release bearing hub. These will usually do pretty well on their own. Clutch release bearing, it's a clutch part. Throughout bearing. That's just the hub. The bearing goes inside of it, I believe. Fuse cap. That's garbage. That is it's lifters. Can't see what they're for, but there's, how many of them are in here? Looks like there's 6 of them, so yeah, depending on what it is. If it's for a 144 or something, or 170, those are actually surprisingly popular. I saw a lot of parts for those. I have no idea what these are. It is aiming instructions for aerodynamic headlights. Oh. It's a headlight aimer for aerodynamic headlights. I guess the early 80s Ford stuff. That was Aero. Well, I think the Taurus was the first Aero look in the 80s, because they went from, like, if you picture an early 80s Chevy Celebrity, it's all boxy. And then I guess when did the Taurus come out? 84, 85, something like that, mid 80s. That it was Aero, and that was the big thing. And the guy at Ford, who's known as the father of Aero. I don't know what his name is, but it started to trend. I mean, cars were kind of smooth after that. You know, that boxy stuff lasted from the at least 20 years back to the 60s. Okay, so it's an aiming thing for Aero headlights. I don't know. It's missing one of the. That appears to be broken. It's plastic, so I'll look it up. It, you know, maybe worth it for parts. I don't know. We'll see. This is garbage. Golly. Okay. Some of these. This is for an H series engine. That I can get about $45 for. So, you know, and it's weird because there's really not a whole lot of difference between the 226 G engine Flathead 6 and the 226 cubic inch H engine Flathead 6. I couldn't tell you what the differences are. I don't think a lot of it is interchangeable. There's some more small parts, more transmission parts. These I might put separately in a lot. They're transmission plates, so the clutch discs would go in between these like a little sandwich. But that stuff usually does pretty well. Like if I have a big lot of, here's some more. There's a rocker arm. I'm gonna look that up separately. Sometimes I can get $15-20 a piece depending on what they are. Here is a seal. I can go in a lot. Nope. Okay, there's another one of these. I don't think it's the same set. It's broken. Okay. Yeah, there's another. Yeah, I'll look that stuff up. It maybe I can put it all up even though it's broken. You know, people looking for parts. Thermostats. Okay, 1BA. This is for a flathead. Flathead thermostat. 8RT is for a. I believe that's for a 6. They're a hard sell. They're just a hard sell. The flathead stuff. Well, the flathead one might sell, but generally. Here's another 8BA. This is another flathead, last generation flathead V8. The 239. The flathead ones might sell. I'll look those up separately, but generally, whenever I see them, I just throw them in a big lot, try to sell them that way, because otherwise I'll be hanging on to them forever. No idea what that is. I'll put that in the box lot and everything else. This is another switch. I think it's another one of those ones I just saw. I don't know where I put that. Oh, right here. I don't know if that's the same. Oh, here's more small stuff. Okay. D6DZ. Plastic bit. Not really sure. I'll look that up because sometimes that stuff might be worth a little bit more. Valve assembly. I'll look that up. I don't think it's worth anything, but okay, this is a joint assembly. Oh, it's a ball joint. Okay, press in ball joint. Oh, it looks like it's press in, but it's got a little channel for a snap ring. That's gonna be newer, yeah, E7, so 87 truck. Maybe we'll see. Oh God, what's this? I have no idea what that is. Wow. anybody knows what that is, drop a comment down there. 'Cause I have no idea. I've never seen this before. I'm gonna set it there. It's interesting. I'll look that up. That's weird. That's really, really weird. Okay. There is another one of those clutch release hubs. I am going to grab an empty tote and start putting this stuff back in it. A rough count. Doing a rough count, I have about 40 totes empty in the storeroom there that I have emptied out recently, because they get emptied and they get full and they get refilled and they get emptied again. And I think I'm starting to make some headway. I'm emptying more than I'm filling, and I'm starting to get a big stack of them in there, which is good, because I don't have enough room. I bought another autocross car last month, or earlier this month actually, and it's sitting in the driveway because I don't have any room in the garage. Okay, this stuff is all going in the lot. This stuff's all going in the lot. In fact, I am going to put this in a bag. The thrust washers or something. Those will all go with. The rest of that stuff's going to go in there. Okay, because I've got this. I got some of these. That is a 157831. Is that a Chevy? Don't know, but I will hang on to this. I use these to make business card holders and lamps. I'll make lamps out of these. They're really cool. Yeah, I'll throw a picture up there. I sell them on Etsy. This is an oil slinger. It when this comes around, when the crank comes around like this, it dips into the oil in the pan and slings it up into the cylinder. So this is old. This is 20s, 30s at the newest probably. I'm not really sure when they phased those out, but that's an early feature. The Buick I had, the 1923 Buick had them. I didn't crack the engine open on the Dodge. I had a 1917 Dodge Brothers for a while. That's a crankshaft steel. We'll put that in with that. And so I didn't crack the engine open on that one, but I did notice that the Buick had it, and that was a 1923. That was a mess, man. It's funny because there was no... It had a straight 6 in it, 1923 Buick. Was not running, but the engine was free. And so I was working on it, try to get it running. And I took the pan off to clean it out, and it was like jello, sludge. And I basically had to scoop it out. That was the oil that was in there. And the funny thing is, in the bottom of the oil, I got underneath the oil, there was literally caked dirt inside the oil pan, and there's no air filter on the early engines like that. They didn't use an air filter, so it was just sucking in dirty air, and apparently the dirt just ended up in the oil and in the oil pan. I mean, that's crazy. That would kill an engine today, I would think, if you ran it without an air filter. But standard procedure back then. There's a lot of good parts here. Nothing I would use. Nothing I could sell. Nothing I would use. I'll probably put these up as a lot. I've got 2 more. I got 1 more here. In fact, That's garbage. Oh, there's another rope seal. And I'm going to, oh, there's a hubcap. Ford hubcap, throw that in there. There's a lot of seals and stuff in here. That's another 2-barrel carburetor gasket. I'll put that in that lot. These people haven't been bidding on this stuff lately. On eBay, my sales are down a little bit from where they were last month. I don't know what the deal is. I'm not sure what that is either. That's a pin. Don't know. That in the big lot. It's a brake spring. I'm not sure what the deal is. A lot of people's sales are down, and so that's one of the things I'm considering with buying that huge lot of stuff in Mississippi is am I going to buy this, and is the market going to fall out right after I do? Because it's not an insignificant amount of money that I'd be spending on this. In fact, I would have to dip into my personal savings to fund it. What the hell is that? Indicator. Oh, okay. Well, I'll look that up. That might be worth something. This looks like probably a door spring. So throw those in there. And I think there's just some pump cam and the rest of this stuff. And that's it. So I'm just going to dump whatever's left in this into the garbage. And on that terrible disappointment, that's it for this tote. Thanks for watching.